What's up, guys? Team Stamp West, Discraft Underground Captain, and we're super excited. Tonight we have a Texas pro, Christina Linthicum.
Hello.
So we're super pumped. Remember, guys, be sure to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. We're going to be bringing you some interviews with some players you haven't heard from before, and so it's going to be really great to get to know some of the pros that you know their names, but maybe don't know a lot about them. So be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. So we're going to kick off with our usual first question. Tell us how you got into disc golf.
Well, I played for the first time when I was a teenager. Both of my older brothers played, actually, and I would play with them from time to time. But at the time, I was playing soccer, so I didn't really get into it in high school, so I was real competitive in that. And then I went off to college, and I didn't play pretty much the whole time I was there. And then when I moved back, and after about a year or so, I got with Scotty, and he was a friend of my brother's through disc golf, and he really got me back into it and kind of fixed my form and really made me a lot better. So that's when I really got into it.
Nice. Yeah, we talked to Hannah Macbeth. She played soccer as well.
Yeah.
So did you play soccer competitively in college?
I got burnt out, actually. Mm-hmm. I had some offers. I was a sweeper, and it was just what I did. But I just got burnt out, and it turned out to be a good thing because I tore my ACL my freshman year of college playing recreational soccer.
Oh, man.
So that would have been so great.
Yeah. That's crazy. So did you get right? I think I saw on the PDGA page, it was like 2014 is kind of when you jumped into the tournament scene. Had you been playing for a few years before that?
I think my first tournament was actually in 2011. I played U.S. Women's. I wasn't playing a whole lot of tournaments, and I had been playing sporadically for a long time before that, but I hadn't been playing kind of seriously, I guess you could say. That was my first tournament, really, and we decided, hey, let's play Open Women. And, well, you know, I got beat handily, but it was fun. It was a great experience, and it was really great to see that all the talented women, because in my area, there just literally was not any women to play against. I had never even played against a woman before. And so I just didn't know what to expect. We just knew that I threw pretty far, and a local guy wanted to pay my entry fee. So I did it.
Nice. That's cool. I know I've heard that from some other local women. The women's scene is definitely growing, but you kind of have to go to some of those bigger events to really have a full women's field. So we want to talk about your Instagram and what you have going on there. We have your Instagram handle, I think, right above me.
Yeah,
right above me. So you're doing this really cool thing. Obviously, it's really tough times for the touring pros, and so you're doing a little bit to give back to them. So why don't you talk about that?
Well, so I don't tour full time. I spend most of my time doing it, but I do have a full-time job, and I work in a refinery, so we're working right now. I'm not out of a job. I know a lot of people are outside of disc golf, but I just happen to have a lot of tour series discs and fundraiser discs from disc golfers that I've picked up over the years, just trying to help support. And so I decided to raffle them off and give all the proceeds to the player, who the disc is from. So
nice.
So I was doing like $5 a spot and hoping, I know not everybody's in a position right now, but if you're lucky enough to be in a good position, then, it's a good way to help out. So.
Absolutely. Be sure to go check out Christina's Instagram. I saw the first one on there, I think, was for Rebecca Cox. Is that correct?
Yes. That's the first one I happened to find, but I do love Rebecca Cox. She's just awesome and obviously a great talent and a great player. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, sweet. We usually have a giveaway in the middle of our videos, but for this one, we wanted to do something a little bit different. Obviously, we've given away a lot of discs, and to go along with what Christina's doing to just try and help the touring pros out a little bit, we want to ask you guys who are able to give back, be sure to head over to Christina's Instagram, and if you see your favorite pro on there, be sure to get in one of the raffles to help out the pros. Anybody who's able, be sure to reach out to your favorite pros. Almost all of them have some sort of discs or series discs that they can or are trying to sell to kind of make ends meet while the pro tour is halted. So if you have a favorite disc golfer, reach out to them. Be sure to check out Christina's Instagram as well. And if you're able to, be sure and help out the touring pros, because times are obviously especially difficult for them with the tour on a hiatus.
Yeah, and how much are the raffle tickets?
I'm just doing $5, and I was saying I'll do like 10 to 15 spots depending on demand. I really had no idea how well it would go over because, like I said, a lot of people are struggling right now. So it's just, it's hard times for everybody. So we'll just see what we can do.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in 3 tickets.
Awesome.
I'll buy 3 tickets, and then we're going to have somebody comment down below. What should they comment down below to get those 3 tickets? And we're going to pick one random person, and those 3 tickets, if I get chosen, it's going to go to that person.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So
let's have them comment their favorite touring pro. How about that?
Favorite touring pro. So comment down below your favorite touring pro. I'm going to throw in 3 tickets. And then whatever, if one of those tickets gets chosen, then whoever gets selected gets it. So we'll probably come up with some Instagram post cross promotion. But I'm throwing that your way. So,
thank you.
So looking back into 2019, getting back into the disc golf side of things, right? You had 14 wins in 28 events. That's absolutely that's a clip that's unmatched, pretty much. What kind of advice do you have for people of any division to win during round 2 or round 3? What's your focus in that final round to close things out?
I've made a couple posts about this exact thing because before last year, I had the physical abilities I have now, but I really struggle mentally. And that's hard to fix because you can't practice a tournament round, so it's like, how am I supposed to fix this? But, when you have a bad hole and you take a double bogey or whatever, you just have to realize that everybody does that. Paige Pierce does that. Valerie Jenkins does that. Katrina Allen does that. But it's how you recover. And so even if you have a bad round or a bad couple holes, go on birdie, it's not over. It's so easy to start feeling discouraged and defeated and be like, well, I just screwed up everything now. And I was that way big time. Even in my casual rounds, it's like, oh, well, what am I even doing anymore? But it was like, I had an epiphany, this doesn't matter. I can recover from this. So it makes a huge difference. Huge difference.
Gotcha. So kind of that go ahead.
I said, especially in a course like Waco.
Yeah, no, exactly. So kind of think specifically with Waco. Do you pay attention to the scores of other people, or is it more of an internalization that you're focused against the course?
I try not to pay attention to other people's scores. Sometimes I can't help, if I'm always Bob or I'm always on the box, you have a good idea that you're doing okay or poorly. Mm-hmm. But I definitely am trying to remember that, especially in Waco, again, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm doing poorly, and I took an 8 on a hole in the first round. But ultimately, I know that other people are going to have holes like that, even some of the best players in the world, because anything can happen out there. And so I am trying to always tell myself that, whether I'm internalizing it or not is another story, but it's definitely something I'm trying to remember and focus on.
Yeah, totally. So kind of looking at women's disc golf as a whole, it's starting to get bigger. We mentioned it earlier. To all the girls and women out there who are watching, that might be might be the girlfriend of somebody who plays, or might just be stumbling upon a video like this. What is it that got you into the game and got you coming back that kind of might ring a bell with some other folks out
there? One thing that it's not exactly an answer to your question, but one thing I always tell women is don't let your being intimidated discourage you from coming back, because a lot of us, we only play with guys, especially me. For years, literal years, I only play with guys. And you get a guy coming out to the course 5 times and he's throwing 300 feet and you're like, oh my God, it's so frustrating, but you can't let that discourage you, because there is a physical difference between men and women, and the guys aren't sitting there looking at you like, oh my God, she's holding us back. Why is she with us? But you think those things, but never have I ever had anybody give me that impression in real life. The guys in my local groups and, all the people around me have always been super supportive. And so that's important too. You have people building you up, but just quit projecting your thoughts and insecurities on other people, because I promise you they're not thinking those things. Like, they're just thrilled that you're out there for real, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. So, kind of changing gears a little bit, you are a Team Discraft member. What was that journey like? Coming from, you said one of your first tournaments was in 2011. You really started to get into it in 2014, 2019. You're winning half your tournaments. Where did Discraft come into the picture? What was your story of getting onto the team?
Well, I had kind of reached out to a few companies before, but never really had nothing happen. But Pixie Cannon is from, or Courtney Cannon, but Pixie and Trevor are from Houston, which is a couple hours away, and also Neil Dambra. You know, they're Texas pros, and I know that they reached out to Discraft on my behalf, and so they put in a good word for me. And then I reached out as well, and you know, they sent me some discs and let me try them out, and everything worked out. And at the time, I was only rated, I think my rating had dropped because of injuries. I was at like 884 at the time. And so they really took a chance on me before. And so I really appreciate that. I wasn't winning a bunch of tournaments. You know, I was right there. I had the abilities, but I just wasn't executing. And so it was great. And it was great to have people speaking on my behalf. And so I really appreciated that support.
Yeah. That's wild. So I think it's a network thing, right? And it sounds like you as a person is what got you into it. And then like I think I was looking at your rating, and you went from, like you said, 884, and then in like 2 years time you're up at like the 930s ish area. Right. So it's just that climb that came from that. What year did you end up joining Discraft?
16?
16?
17, 2017. I'm really bad at years. Time is like, don't even ask me. Don't bother.
Gotcha.
Time whatsoever. That's what I have Scotty for, to remember the details. This is my 3rd year with them. I'll say that much.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Sounds good. So talking about this being your 3rd year, obviously it's a bit of a weird one right now, just because of the hiatus. What does your year look like? Coming out of the hiatus, or even as you train to come back? Are you playing any bigger tournaments once it comes back? What's your year look like?
Honestly, I'm still kind of processing all that, because Texas and Arkansas are things close to me. You know, like I said, I work, and so I take vacation time for these tournaments. And so having all these big tournaments close to me is really helpful. I don't have to take as much time off, and Jonesboro is my favorite. And then Texas State's was only 3 hours down the road. I'd like to play Worlds. I was really looking forward to Women's Global, but honestly, I just don't know yet. And I don't feel all that confident making plans right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I just, you know, as far as practicing, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I have a lot of problems with my finger, and I was kind of like, well, should I take this time to rest it, or should I take this time to practice some fundamentals? But I think I'll probably end up doing the practicing, because honestly, what else am I going to do? But I think I'll do a lot of putting and upshot work and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Cool.
Nice. Awesome. So I think that wraps up our questions. So we have some rapid fire questions, which if you've watched some of our other interviews, you probably know we got 9 questions for this one. These will be pretty quick answer, but feel free to elaborate a little if you want, and we'll have a little fun with them.
Okay.
Ready?
No.
Here they come anyway. Favorite color?
Black.
Is a lefty backhand just a righty forehand?
No. No, it's not the same.
Mark Ellis will say that some people are born lefty and some people choose it. So, I mean, I don't know.
Nobody would choose to be left-handed.
Hey, I'm left-handed, thank you.
Nobody would choose that life.
That's great.
Alex is left-handed too,
yeah,
so it's always a good joke. Your favorite Texas tournament?
Oh God. Waco.
Yeah. Your favorite place that you've traveled to for disc golf?
Jonesboro?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really great town. Like, it's like a small town, but it's very welcoming, and I don't know, we just really enjoyed our time there.
Nice. Good small town feel. Your one disc round choice.
Meteor.
I love the Meteor.
Love a Meteor.
Your favorite thing to do off the disc golf course?
Read.
Cool. Oh, I like that one.
Y'all are in my library right now.
Oh, nice. If you could choose between a tropical vacation or a northern snowy retreat, which one?
Oh my God, tropical. I don't want anything to do with snow. Nothing. Anything below 70, count me out.
Oh, gotcha. Change your pace though. Your favorite woman to play with? Woman or women? Up to you if you can't pick one.
I'm just going to use this opportunity to give a shout out to my good friend Stephanie Vincent, a fellow Texas pro.
Nice.
So, I get to play with her a lot of the bigger events, but I play with her a lot, and she's a good friend and a good competitor.
Nice. I like that. This is a fun one. If we were to assemble a team of the best players in Texas and the best players in California, who wins?
Texas.
You're biased.
We have Lisa Vegas. We have Valerie Mondujano. Like, don't play with me.
Oh, wow.
Easy.
Big shouts. Big shouts. That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
There's so many good players. Yeah. Texas is huge. California's huge.
California's got a lot too. But yeah, the FPO field in Texas has just exploded in the last couple of years. There's so much talent. It's insane. So
perfect.
Cool. That's cool. Okay, so now we want to give you a minute to talk about whatever you want. Thank somebody, shout somebody out, anything you want. You've got time. And
oh my God,
it's on you. Stage is yours.
Oh my God, that's so much pressure. Maybe I should have asked certain questions ahead of time. I guess obviously I gotta thank my sponsors. Discraft, Grip, Savage Ultimate, and Perfect Putt 360, and Fly Towel. If y'all haven't checked out some of those, go check them out. And my husband, Scotty, I think people see me post and talk about him a lot, but really he's the driving force behind what I'm doing, because I guess you could say he gave me the confidence to do it, because I never really believed that I was going to be able to get up to that next level. And he just kind of knew that I was just right there. So he kind of keeps me going in the sport. And same with my family and friends. I just have, even my coworkers, like I have so much support. It's ridiculous. Like so many people support me, and my Instagram followers, like I'm always chatting with them in my messages and Facebook. And I just have so much support. It's ridiculous.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, sweet. We want to remind everybody, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll have some more fun interviews coming for you guys. Be sure to check out Christina's Instagram and help out your favorite pros in these kind of crazy times. Don't forget to comment down below to enter into the giveaway. Alex is picking up 3 raffle tickets. So enter to get your name on one of those to win something. And at the end of the day, Alex, what do you got to do?
Make that putt.
Make that putt.